People engaged in drug abuse will make everything secondary in their lives, including family and relationships.
It sounds like you have a problem with drug abuse in your family.
Well, I actually had an uncle that was addicted to drugs, and he kind of like ruined his life. He had a scholarship and everything, and like now he's really doing nothing with himself.
Why do you think he got into drugs?
I think because of like peer pressure and him just not knowing what he actually wanted, and maybe stress.
Well, sir, do you have any family that was ruined by drug abuse?
Yeah, there's a couple people in my family that aren't where they want to be today.
Do you know why they were driven to that life?
It was passed down, I guess, by generations, and then also, I guess, just seeing what's around them all the time.
So my real dad abused drugs, and it kind of affected me and my family in the sense that we didn't have like a male figure to look up to. My brother had to step in and be like the man of the house. It wasn't up until my mom remarried Coach Herring, and now we have like a father figure. So he kind of ruined his life in the sense that like he like lost a family. So you can just see how like drugs like abuse and ruin lives and stuff.
So basically, in my family, we had a few people actually. My uncle was a heavy addict, and my uncle actually passed away a few months ago from a drug overdose. And but right now, currently, I have an uncle that's just got out of being incarcerated for 15 years, and because of drugs, ended up it caused him to rob a bank, which ended up locking him up for a while. I don't know exactly what drug abuse is, how to define it, other than it's you being under the influence of a controlled substance. But now knowing that, seeing the way their lifestyle is, and I know that's something that I'm looking forward to doing anytime soon. Basically, it's hard to live a life that you don't know what's tomorrow.
Do you know what drove your uncles to one lose their life and one to waste 15 years of it?
I'm gonna have to say it's the lifestyle they lived growing up. I was never in the shoes, so I can't really say how hard it was. But from hearing stories, it was never easy to grow up poor and not have a father in your life. And unfortunately for one uncle, he had to learn the hard way, and which cost him his life. Luckily the other uncle was able to continue going on. His past style is still not the way it should be, but he's out and he's hoping. We're always hoping for the best.
So how did that affect your life?
When my uncle passed away, it was really hard actually, because he was really close to my mom, and them having a good relationship really caused her to go a little down spiral knowing that her brother passed away. As for my uncle that got out of jail, it's hard not having a father figure growing up. It's hard not to have that person to go to when you need somebody, and unfortunately, it's just the way how life is. It surprises you sometimes.
I know several people who've had problems with drug addiction. An uncle that chose to get involved in it. From that, it had him around the wrong kind of people. Choices made changed his life forever. Prison, stuff like that. Then I had childhood friends that I've known that went from, I guess, lower end drugs and ended up going all the way to harder drugs and changing their lifestyle. People that were athletes that had plenty of opportunities to advance themselves but made the wrong choices. And then I had other friends that were, got involved by choice, and thought about money and all kind of stuff. So,
How did that affect your life as a father to me and as a person?
Well, as a father and myself, I saw the damage that it done, and I always tried to be better than the generation before me. I tried to push myself to make sure I would be able to provide more for my family, and hopefully I instilled that into my kids. The same thing. We don't, nothing against it. I don't even drink alcohol, so nothing against it. Some people it's legal, but I just chose not to because I just rather not.
You have any advice for the kids that are about to watch this video?
My advice to them is to watch what you take, always be careful at parties, and don't do drugs.
Do you have any advice for the people that are going to watch this video?
Be like me and stay away from drugs.
Well, do you have any advice for the people that are going to watch this video?
Don't use drugs. They ruin families and they break families apart. And yeah, don't do it.
Do you have any advice for the people that are going to watch this film?
Basically, just know that, worry about yourself, of course, but as always, look around you, because you don't know, the guy right next to you, that girl next to you could be going through some hard times where, they're forced to go into that drug addiction because that's the only way they have to escape the reality of life.
Do you have any advice for the people that are going to watch this video?
Yeah, you got to stay strong. Don't let people influence you to make decisions that you may not think will affect you currently, but they can affect you, but it can affect you long term, immediately. Not a lot of trustworthy people in this around these drugs and stuff like that. So you can put yourself in harm's way by just not even paying attention, thinking it's one thing and they could give you something else and stuff like that.
As the director of this film, I felt that the dramatizing of the horror of drug abuse doesn't give it more clout than hearing it straight from people's mouth affected by it. Personally, I have cousins and friends that are affected by it right now. One friend in particular lost his scholarship to go to college playing football. That's a tragedy for him because I played with him since I was 10 years old, seeing us both compare each other. I'm blessed that I'm not the one in his shoes, but I'm hurt to see a friend not achieving his dream. I'm blessed my parents kept me and my brother away from those traps like drugs, alcohol. All my cousins are into that stuff, but I'm glad they kept me and him away from it. Just hopefully for you watching this film, one of you at least can learn a lesson from this film and affect your life in a positive. Thank you for watching this film.